You are.
Okay, we are recording now.
I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Design Review Subcommittee for San Clemente, Wednesday, January 26th. All members are here. We have one set of minutes to approve, and looking at it, it was just Commissioner McCann and Commissioner Crandall here. So, Commissioner McCann, do you have any changes or a motion?
I move to approve those minutes.
I will second. Commissioner McCann, your vote?
Aye.
And Commissioner Crandall is an aye also. So the minutes
I
are
did review
approved.
it, by the way.
Oh, well
I thought
then,
it looked.
if you
Looked good to me.
reviewed it, if you'd like to be
Yeah,
involved.
I'll-
Okay, then we will have all members vote on it. So Commissioner Campbell.
Aye.
So it's 3-0. We have one change to our agenda. The Pier Concession Building murals is going to be tabled. They have some changes that they are requesting to make prior to being reviewed. So we will move to item B, staff waiver of a minor architectural permit, 21-278, San Clemente Ranch Market Gazebo. And David Carrillo is our assistant planner on this. So David?
Sweet. Yeah, thank you guys. Good afternoon. We have Tom here, the property owner and applicant
Hey, Tom.
for the project. So thank you, Tom, for being here. This project was here last year. I think you were probably the only one that reviewed it, or a project at this site.
Mhm.
So it's located at 101 West El Portal. Prominent business, there's SU Ranch Market. Very nice restaurant. It's in the NC 1.2, within the coastal zone, but it wouldn't be subject to coastal commission review since it's in the coastal exclusion order area. And it's also within a minor gateway. One of the reasons why we kicked this up to DRC for review. So again, it is a staff waiver of the minor architectural permit for construction of a detached patio cover over an outdoor display area. So just, again, some quick background. ZA, zoning administrator, approved this last year. It was a minor architectural permit and minor conditional use permit for exterior improvements, including a facade remodel, storage addition, and an outdoor display area only. Initially, they had proposed a patio cover that you see there at the bottom right over the outdoor display area, but DRC has some concerns with the design and the use of corrugated metal. So to help them keep moving forward with the project, DRC recommended that it patio cover come back at a later time for review, and so that's where we're at now. Just to give you guys an idea of where this outdoor display area is, it's where, if you see the site plan to the left, it's the blue square right here, right there. And in approving the outdoor display area, we did review this with the traffic engineer, and they recommended that they add a painted crosswalk and speed bumps on either side, so one here and one there, to improve the pedestrian safety. So that's something, again, that was approved last year, and we're here reviewing a patio cover for in this area here, highlighted blue. The facade remodel looks like this right there. So today we're here reviewing the proposed gazebo or patio cover to see if it's compatible with the facade remodel that was approved last year. So this is a gazebo or patio cover. It's 120 square feet and will be under 15 feet in height. Materials are pretty simple. We have white wood and dark brown metal. And it's hard to see, but the applicant highlighted there some areas that are to be used or secured, covered with corrugated metal for security when the gazebo is not being used for outdoor display. And I put an asterisk there because staff is recommending that we use another material, so that is a recommendation that we shy away from corrugated metal, given again that we got comments from DRC last year on the use of corrugated metal in this area. One of the comments was that we don't want to have an industrial like appearance, right, with the corrugated metal, and we want to keep it more commercial. So I would make that recommendation to use an alternate material to secure the outdoor display area when the market closes. And then another simple recommendation is to use a dark gray color on the proposed metal to match the trim of the primary building. And that trim would be this one here. Like that. And that concludes my presentation. Tom, did you want to add anything else?
No, just direct me on how to secure it, that's all, with what type of product that you're, I'm open.
Okay. So the only thing we have that shows what it is the rendering itself.
Yeah.
There's no working drawings or anything showing what it is, where the landscaping comes up to it, or anything like that, correct?
Right. Yeah, and Tom, did you want to speak on that? I think you didn't want to invest.
Yeah, I'm not investing money until I get the concept, that's all I'm trying to do is get a concept. Then I'll hire the architect to spend his hours and my pay to do it.
Oh, that's...
And then just give me a concept that's workable.
Okay, I think that'll be a good item for discussion then, okay. Any questions of the applicant or staff at this time?
Yeah, how does it, I just see a square in plan view and then this rendering. How does that sit? I mean, is it open towards the market?
No,
Or-
it would be, the concept would be the back, okay. That is open towards Portal Street. The market, yeah.
Okay, so
That's-
sort of on the right or the front there?
Yeah.
The most open side facing us.
Correct, yes. And so the idea in talking to the market for his uses, and his different venues that he would be selling during the day out there, he wants it open towards El Camino, which is this direction. He wants it open towards, this, let's call it the big concept, great room, looking out to Portal. Landscaping, we probably a lot of succulent type things, because I have this, the other issue, as David knows, I mean, I've got to secure this, or else it will be, the police and I have talked about it already, we don't want to turn it into a homeless shelter, don't want to have vandalism, he's going to leave some things overnight in there, he needs to secure it, he can't afford to keep in and out. So on the wall to the east, which would be towards the store, I just assume secure that completely with an enclosed wall with some window for venting. The same thing for the back that goes to the parking lot. And then my idea was I was just going to do just like I already have at the store, the storage extension that we're doing. We're in plan check with the building department, and the existing storage that's there. I've got the typical roll-ups that we use at our storage facilities. So I just would pop those in. At daytime they come up. Nighttime they're very secure. They're commercial grade, and I don't have to think I'll probably get graffiti, but that's going to be when we dialogue on the front, how you guys, if you will allow me a fence, or you're just going to want a bunch of plants, and which, if it is, then I'll put plants that have lots of cactus in it.
So it looks like it's written in here, window.
Yeah,
So you're gonna have,
again, that was just me playing with
okay, so it's totally,
it's just air circulation. That's all I would put a window. No one needs viewing or anything like that. Just air circulation.
okay, so you don't plan to put glass on the sides facing,
I haven't planned
no
anything.
plans?
I'm willing to take any thoughts. All I do is main priority. It's being used for a business starting at, let's say, 7 in the morning. That will probably close itself at 9 when they close, 9:30. There's no need for anything else than that. And then I want it secure so that he can feel comfortable that his product, whatever he leaves in there, is not going to be stolen, or the odds are it's not going to be broken in.
What kind of displays are you gonna have in there?
He runs a business. He's probably got 20 different items that he could display out there. He can go from flowers to he's been selling and authorized to sell toys during this winter time, season. Come Easter, there's another products that he can, so it'll be a multitude of different
Rotating.
things. Yeah, rotating, whatever he finds is exciting, and it'd be great for the little neighborhood, because right now it's just a dead, if you looked at it on aerial, it's either that I wanted to, next step would be, I'll just turn it into park a car on it, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's an elegant looking structure. You do have these, it looks like grill work
Oh, on the
proposed on
far-
the corners and then on the one side.
Again, this is a computer that I just went down. Which one would I like? Boom, this it. Send it to him. He goes, yeah, this might work. And so that's where we're at.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, we can discuss it, I guess, when we get to it, but those are kind of the questions I have.
Okay, Commissioner McCann, you have any questions? For
I had a couple, what I remember, so it's definitely not this proposed storage area on the plans, that's something different.
Correct.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
that's
Yeah, what I
totally
think
opposite.
the very last, oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
obviously it'll be manned, right, if the guy's got product out there,
Oh, I'm sure he's
there's
gonna-
someone out there babysitting it.
Yeah, especially flowers. He would have somebody on site.
Right, yeah, okay, I know I'm a little thrown off, because it looks like it's the way it's shown, it looks like, hey, this is a nice little outdoor hangout area, but that's clearly not. You're just looking at the,
It's not going to have seating. It'll just be display. Okay.
got it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and close questions at this time and open it up for public comment. And do we have any written comment? I don't think so.
No, staff has not received any
So we
additional
will-
public comments.
Open up for discussion.
Oh, I have one more question, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
we can do that during discussion.
Okay.
That's fine. I just wanted to give you a little primer on the site. The site was a remodel. And they were very good working with the DRSC, coming up with the solution to enhance the building without reconfiguring the whole thing. And that went pretty smoothly, getting the building itself approved. The site is on a minor gateway, and this is a very visible structure. It's the first thing you would see on that intersection. So we want it to be compatible with the existing structure. Probably not appropriate to try to make it Spanish colonial Bible. So we've got the vernacular of what the main building is. Landscaping is going to be very important, Stephanie, for zoning administrator to review access to it. Where we don't even really show
Yeah.
where it's open,
If I may,
and we shouldn't
clarify-
design it ourselves either.
Sure. And in terms of approval body, is it going back to zoning administrator?
And not staff waivers, it'd be administrative.
Okay,
So
thank you
safe
for
harbor.
clarifying.
Administrative, okay. So we need to have some kind of document that shows where this thing's open, where it's closed. Materials, I think we've got a palette of materials to use. And the previous design review group was hesitant to use a lot of the corrugated iron steel. A little bit's fine. And I don't think he's mentioning for security using roll-up doors. So it's not going to really look like this because there's got to be a place for those doors to roll up to and all. So
Yeah, well, you do it just like our storage. Hey, you're familiar, architect, right?
so am I.
Both these guys
So
are.
you both know where I can tie it in and hide it. So that's not going to be that big an issue.
So that's the history of it.
Yeah, I mean, is this what you want it to look like? Because we're not going to design it for you.
No,
But-
I'm not asking you to design it.
Okay.
I'm just asking conceptually, or will this look? I had 3 or 4 different ideas. And first one, you threw art. I don't know if I can't remember. it was thrown out. Didn't like the roof pitch, didn't like, you went, okay, fine. This one I came up with without spending a lot of time. I mean, it's economics. I'll make $750,000 a month for it. If the cost runs over a certain amount, it's shelved. It just becomes stays way ugly and doesn't hurt me. I got tenants for the next 20 years. So I'm trying to make it more beautiful for the area, trying to accommodate what the city would like. And
So there's going to be people going in and out of it looking at product, or is it just to see it as your...
Think, just like the flower shop that is kind of closed down at the moment on North Beach.
Uh-huh.
Similar. I would have taken his, which is ugly. That was one of the pictures I first sent to David. And that's easy to build. I know what the cost is. And so it's going to be a flower shop, basically, or other type of venue of product to sell. It could be, we're putting out a fountain out in the front. He's got great contacts in that. He's thinking that maybe I'll display another fountain out there and sell it to architects, or not architects, you guys don't buy it, but your clients. Same thing with large pots. I'm getting the large pots from him to make it look like you would at Spectrum. Those would be, well, he was going, well, I could put 3 or 4 out there and I just sell them. That's the concepts, to make money. For him to pay me $750 a month, he needs to be making $3,000 a month out of it.
Well, I would say that the scale of it seems appropriate. It's not over large for that block of real estate that you have there at the corner. I kind of like your rendering. I mean, I think it's kind of elegant looking. It's not going to, I think the point Bart's making, it's not going to look quite like that when you put the...
Yeah, I'm aware of that. If you have another idea of...
Well, what I was going to say is I kind of like the grill work. I like the fact that you're using this steel frame, which seems to tie in with what you've done on I assume that's what...
No, that's all wood. And I might not use steel. I might use wood. All depends where my cost comes in.
Okay, but I'm just saying, if I look at the elevation there...
Oh, yeah.
Of the store?
Yeah.
That's an element that I see there.
Yeah. And that's
what is that material?
Just wood.
It's wood. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I say we've got kind of a palette of what the site is, because it should all be cohesive.
Yeah, I know. I hear what you're saying. And basically, colorings will be the same products. I doubt I'll use as expensive as steel would be compared to what, well, it all depends. Every week, wood is one price to another price. I mean, that is not that much. I mean, it's 10 by 12, I think we have. And the only other question is, what's it going to sit on foundation-wise? I'm not going to put it on wood. I've got already a foundation sitting there that I inherited when I bought the property. Had my structural guy do it. He goes, yeah, to handle this.
So there's no raised platform like is shown there?
No, it won't have. It will be, there's already if we had a visual, there's already a 12 feet wide by about 16 foot.
David, could you pull it up on Street View? Do you know if it's visible on Street View?
And so that is there, and that's what we intended to utilize. And if we need to move it a little forward, we'll just we can tie in. We could tie in with wood, or I can tie in with. I prefer really to tie in with something more decorative, like because we were thinking of. You had heard the recommendation was in the separation between where this is and the store. There's the entrance, and to put I just got the bid from the cement guy. Instead of doing asphalt and doing what we were talking about, spending the extra money twice as much, and just put all concrete and then decorative for a walkway for that area going to this. And it's predicated on us getting this okay, because I don't want a walkway to open to wasted space.
Yeah, you can see it on just behind
there it
the
is.
parking sign.
Yeah, you can see the foundation.
Yeah.
So, and then the rest, my goal was to put some type of fencing around it facing the parking lot, because no need for people to come in through there. You don't need it. But then I know what the city, at least in talking, Dave, you correct me or if need be, they wanted a soft landscape for fencing, and could I put something, and we were talking about something secure. I noticed that, like those agaves actually I saw it at, where was it, in off Pico.
Those?
Yeah, and there's going farther down, you see the agaves, and they trimmed them real tight, and they were. If you're going to try to sneak through, you're going to have a time. And I was thinking if that met the need for my landscaping and give some type of protection from people coming into the property. And then the rest of it's just going to be. We were contemplating. Again, it depends where our cost goes, but maybe. Stamped concrete or for balance or the pavers to put in there, just to give it a nice feel with the pots. Again, we may put a fountain in there. There is plumbing that's there, and of course electricity is already there because they had the monuments in that prior to years before.
Now, so the access to this, to look at the materials, is immediately across from the market. Is that correct?
Yeah, yes, the market is just
Okay.
what you're seeing right there.
Although when you park,
It
you
looks
could
like
go-
it looks like it's raised up. I don't know if he's going to have ADA path of travel.
Well, it depends on what he does around it.
So that's going to have to be addressed. Looks like it's up a little bit.
Yeah, but it's just a grading, probably just grading. That's all it is.
Yeah, and the sidewalk that you see there is already, when we do the concrete, all of that goes out.
You're gonna replace all that.
Yeah.
What's
So-
that fence, that low fence there?
Where, you mean to the right?
Yeah, in the front of the building.
That's just a corrugated, or not corrugated, it's just a metal fence.
Metal panel.
And we got that approved way back when we did the first remodel in 2010.
Kind of set the standard for the style. Okay. I don't think, the shape of the roof, I don't think was really an issue. I think it was mainly the corrugation. Pitched roof would be fine, but it's so small.
Yeah.
That flat is probably appropriate for it. I mean, it's just
I don't think that gable roof.
pretty tiny,
So
so
hip roof, I guess. is
I
what
think
that
we
is.
can go with that. Before we start throwing anything out, you got anything? you wanna
Yeah, I just want to
mention?
make sure I understand. So, if I understand correctly, staff is asking basically for input from us, but then to turn it, so we give staff input and then you guys will work out the details with the applicant. Is that accurate, or is it going to come back to us, or what are we doing here, big picture? What does staff waiver of a minor architectural permit mean?
Yeah, that means that after this, depending on direction we get from you guys, we could go with option one, get feedback and work out details with Tom here, and then go ahead and approve it administratively, or come back a second time if we find that's.
I don't think there's
necessary.
enough here for us to
But-
do a,
Right.
at best, I think we can do a concept approval,
And get
which I
the
think we're
direction.
probably ready. But it needs to be developed, that not just the structure, but the landscape is gonna be an important part of it. And is there any lighting in this thing?
Yeah, we intend to have lighting.
Okay, so lighting's an important part.
Sure.
It's gonna have a roof, right, so it drains.
Mhm.
So is that pitched? I mean, it's hard to tell.
Well, it's
From
gonna be-
looking at this-
It's gonna be like that.
I understand, but the important thing I think is really going to be the details, because I think scale-wise, proportionally, it's an elegant-looking structure. I think it's a good size. The height looks about right. I think it's I like the idea of the grill work with the vines growing up into it, make it sort of blend in with the landscape a little bit. You've got this sort of a lintel piece, if you look at the rendering again, which could be developed into sort of a housing for, maybe it's not a roll-up door, maybe it's a grill work, which I don't know how much more expensive that is, but it's more lacy looking when it's closed. You still can't get in. They use it at like mall fronts and stuff like that. You've probably seen.
Yeah, I just spent on that. So no,
No.
it cost me more than the whole thing.
Okay.
What about, go ahead.
No, but
What about, I mean, I think you had it on the old thing that was shut down, but like for security, have kind of just pop up.
That's what I wanted to do for, if you've seen locations where I can, which would be good, because if I had this, let's say that it ended here, and I have a, like in Florida, we're doing development.
Like a storm
in Florida.
shelter.
It's just like our things that we would put and drop down, but at daytime it goes up and it becomes a covering. It's
Mhm.
kind of
Canopy.
nice.
not opposed to that.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay, good.
That's a good solution.
Product, wood, not metal.
We prefer metal. I mean, I typically, just because it's more durable. I mean, wood tends to,
Be a maintenance hog.
yeah, it's a big
Wow.
maintenance problem. It's not going to look.
But I
like-
don't think we're thinking necessarily corrugated. Maybe
No,
something. a little more-
I hear where you're, I'm just, again, I'll be nickel and diming this.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. It's got.
Yeah,
But
that's
have you discussed signage
Yes,
and
no signage
sales
on-
sign? No signage whatsoever
I
on this
didn't
thing.
intend that.
And
There is
when
signs on
these
the-
doors open, you know, I don't know about the temporary signs. You know, sale $3.95
Oh.
each. Better make sure how that's going to be addressed. So
Yeah,
your
it'd be
tenant
like
isn't all
advertised,
upset that they can't put,
No, I don't
You
want
know,
to make it look like. little
clearance
table
sale.
walk, that's for sure.
or for it to become a clearance.
I mean, from what I
place.
understand, from what he tells me, is they can put out an item. The tattoo guy's done this, and he got the okay, and you know, where they bring out a display,
Sandwich board.
and then take it up. So
But I think that should be clarified in your approval, have it spelled out very carefully.
no permanent signing, basically.
And questionable, I mean, it would be,
Well, let me ask you,
It's
what
just-
if he wanted to, let's say he was doing a flowers there, and he just said flower shop, whatever one, would that be acceptable?
that's why I raised the question, I'm not sure. It all depends on how much there is on the main building.
Right. And we can find that out.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So I want you to be aware of that.
No, that's
Uh,
great, because that.
I don't want any
I use-
surprises down the
I use
road.
you guys as the bad boy, when he comes back and he's got these great ideas, like, no, can't, so he said this.
We're happy to be the bad guys when we
Yeah.
need to be.
The hat fits sometimes.
Yeah.
What about, how do you guys feel about the roll-up doors? I mean, I think there's probably better looking, you know, maybe a hinged door, a bifold even, you know, that would just hinge open, nice metal or something, and then just close it and lock it at night, as opposed to a roll-up.
The roll-up doors, unfortunately, they can tend to get banged up pretty easily too, because they're a light gauge, and if they're rolling stuff in and out, you know, I can see that, you know, being a potential problem. I'm not sure what I actually kind of like the idea of the
I
awning.
like the idea because it gives more depth.
And it gives you
It's-
sunshade.
And the sunshade.
And it'll protect
I would only do
His
it on
flowers, it
the
gives
two
you a little more
sides.
shade for them.
Well, so the access would be restricted on 3 sides, and you'd only have
Two
a
sides.
door.
I'd only have two because I want to close off the side to the store, the side to the parking lot, and I only have this side and this side. So if we had those, what we're talking about, they wouldn't need signage. That people are eyes going to go, oh, geez.
No, but
I
what
like
I'm
the
saying
fact
is,
that it opens
you'll
to
have
the
windows. I'm
main
saying
view.
to walk in,
Carport.
you'll only be able to walk in one
Walk
side.
in,
not
yeah,
two
you'll
sides.
basically be able to walk in
From the
this
side, street
side here, and you could walk in from the alleyway.
Okay, but it might, I don't know,
Well,
right? You're
But the
operating.
corner
But let's
facing-
let's pretend that on the alley side, you only had the flip up canopies,
Okay.
and then you had one way in and out, so, you know.
I mean, it's small enough. This scale is so small, it's going to be a step in. You're not going to be walking through it. It's that tiny.
Yeah.
Right, no, I understand.
Because it would be
So you're
like
really gonna be
coming
doing your
in
shopping
and
from
going
out-
here.
Yeah, standing out underneath
Right.
the.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying from like, let's say the doors are expensive, for example, if you had the flip up awnings
Yeah.
on one side, not the doors, and then you only had the doors, which are expensive on
You
one
give
side.
me, you
only.
give me an option as what you're doing? Well, I'll take any option I can.
There you go.
Well, yeah, no, I like the way you're going with that. I think here's an option. If the sides that are closed, I like the idea of using the grill work with vines.
Got some
it becomes like
detail.
a green. Two sides are basically a green wall.
That could be,
And it fills in, we understand.
Yeah.
I mean, if you plant trumpet vines or something like that, it's gonna, one season, it's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty full. Plus the grill keeps people from getting in
I
on
wonder
that
if I
side.
could do that on the exterior, but again, making it as secure as I can.
Yeah, you can't get in the grill, but the grill fills in with the,
Yeah, I just
Green.
have to have a strong grill because I just got educated from my store guy. And that's why I know the cost because we just redid two of the roll-up doors. Some people have gone in, and so he had to replace. I picked up half the cost because we upgraded to a very good iron and lock on the inside, and also that we could swing open instead of come up. That was for 6 feet by 8 feet was $2,500, and that was me negotiating the heck out of the thing.
well, everything's expensive.
Oh no, no,
What did you have?
I'm just saying that.
What did you have in mind on those two sides? Where it's
I was just going to
enclosed?
do a nice. I'll share with you. I'll just do some type of wall and enclose it with we want to make it as decorative as possible too. I can go down doing a project in Mazatlan and
You mean like a plaster?
something like that. But I was contemplating my architect in Mazatlan. He's out of San Antonio also, and we were talking about I could buy. Of course, I have to trailer it back myself. These really, really, really very nice metal pieces, and they cost me $500. Up here, they're $4,000. And so I was but again, I haven't made. How much do I want to work?
well, actually, I mean, it could be a wall with a lattice work on it
yeah,
for
that
vines.
Sure.
So
I
you have
think
your
that would-
security.
yeah,
That would
be nice.
accomplish the same appearance.
And see, I get rid of that. I don't like it. It's just there that the planters that are around it, that all goes, and it's all open. And I think that would be a decorative look.
Yeah, and the material on the wall could be lighter color so it wouldn't get hot.
And I like that idea of the roll of the.
Pop-outs.
I think that's neat. For them, for a tenant, I could see that all of a sudden he's got this whole area as his identification for whatever reason. Instead of me renting him, and I'm the capitalist, instead of 120 square feet, I'm renting him 800 square feet. And it's set up really nice. Very unique.
One warning or thing to look into and prepare for is no mechanical equipment is going to be shown or should be visible. And I know like the flower one, they've got fans and stuff to keep it cool inside.
Okay.
So it needs
Thanks
to be
for
integrated into the building and hidden.
And I didn't even think of that myself.
Just to get, I mean, there are days when it's still and the air does not move at all.
The one good thing for the grocery, he's got his freezers and stuff inside at his store, so that's where it goes out. But that's a good point.
Yeah, if it's tall enough, you could put a fan in there.
Yeah, hide it somehow. So it's
Good.
okay. Scott, anything else for you?
No, I mean, I think we've, I trust staff, especially given, our.
No, I'd like to see it again with the details.
It'll help staff out to have us take a look at it, but I think it'll just be it won't be a change in concept.
Okay. Well,
It'll just be to look at how you
Yeah, now I'll
detail.
talk to Peter and just have him see what he'll charge me to play with this thing, and then we'll get it to you.
And that way we can help David out, giving him a
Yeah.
second eye.
But I think you have enough direction that you could
Yeah.
go ahead and start what we call design development
Yeah.
of this thing.
And
So we can see where the lighting is, what kind of plant materials you're using, how the thing's built.
And I don't know how your architect works, but I wouldn't even mind seeing freehand sketches of the concept to save you money, that he doesn't have to sit here and do CAD drawings precise to the quarter of an inch.
Yeah, I'll talk to Peter. See
And warm and fuzzy feeling drawings.
Yeah. And I'll talk to him about, because we're getting ready, once we get this once we get the permit on the storage, which you'll find out some things for, and hopefully we'll have that soon, then I can do the asphalt, and that's the last thing where that middle area gets the speed bumps and all the other little things that go in. So all the domino effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually a nice opportunity for you to get some attention on that, on your shop, from that.
Yeah, and he is doing so well since he put in he spent his money on his little restaurant expansion or taqueria. I mean,
It's down on the far.
I don't think I've
Looking at this, it's on the right-hand side down on the
I
end.
haven't been there.
Go to it. I mean, the firemen stop. They go out of their way from there. I mean, I told him when he did it, don't be like every single Mexican.
It's good on the menu.
It's down here on this corner.
Yeah,
Oh, it is, okay.
Where is it?
It's
he does.
right
He
here.
does
Oh,
a
gosh.
really good job. But he came up. You guys are going, or the city's going with the employees. He the same thing. He's been working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day because people leaving this. That.
Can't find, yeah.
That's terrible. But yeah, I hope that will be will be done, and then we're just keeping it up. So and it's been really good. The police have been really, really good coming by. I think they come by and check. Lights go out around 9:30, so they come by at 10:30, 1:30, 3:30, and then interchange it in so people don't. Because we used to, there's a little gang influence on Del Poniente, and my gardener used to be a part of it. And he goes and talks to he calls them the little runts, and he tells them don't touch it, but they do consider this their property.
So did we give
Part of their
did we, are you guys definitive, like is the roll door okay or definitive no? Or?
That's certainly an option. I lean towards an awning type structure.
I do too. I think that'd be great.
It increases the shade area. It'll have interest to it rather than just being a box.
Yeah.
And I think it'll make it feel, for marketing purposes, a little bigger than it is, which is nice, without adding square footage. Wood sounds like the practical material to use to frame this thing and all.
Yeah.
The metal looks nice, but it should be out of the same materials as the building, I think.
But we do have metal up on, well, the trees are blocking it, but
Yeah.
the metal is approved up there. They were saying,
You just have
up
to
on the second
maintain
level,
it.
yeah.
What's
If
that?
it's wood, you just have to maintain it.
So,
Yeah, I think matching matching the main structure is really important,
yeah.
or at a minimum be complementary.
okay, so David, are you comfortable with the comments, or do you have some questions about anything in particular that,
The awning, is there a specific name for that?
no, because it can be done a whole lot of ways. It could be like
The idea is
Florida
just
storm shutter doors that just lift up and they
Yeah.
either have a cable stop or a post that swings down.
Kind of like the post that goes. It just
It looks like they had something like that proposed on
on the
that.
first go around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's Peter played with that one. That was his play.
yeah, I think that'd be nice.
And it adds a little interest and allows them to bring some of their display
Yeah.
out of the space onto the.
Well, that's his intent at the store. He's going to start utilizing, bringing out things, have it. One of the other ideas, I think staff, but he has to talk. He wanted to see if he could do like other stores, but he has to find that out. Do the large, what do they call the large? Put the barbecue, put the chickens out there, have them go.
Smoker?
Yeah.
Oh, like a smoker?
No, not a
Prep,
smoker.
food prep area.
I don't know.
No,
Well,
just-
that'd be a health department thing.
Yeah, well, he's checking with them to see.
But I mean, we got to keep our sidewalks open. I'm looking at the equipment on that sidewalk on the side of the building and all.
Yeah,
We
it
got to
would
make
be-
sure we aren't encroaching on any accesses and all.
Correct. But that's his to do. But if he was able to do it, that area would be very nice for the smell display and all those things. But that's the second step. Once I get
Barbecue,
this done.
good place for barbecue.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
you want to compete with the guy in the corner.
Who's the guy?
Oh, your little food shop there.
Oh, no, that's the same guy.
Oh, he can come out and do it
Bring him
that
out
way?
there because he has a cousin. They have
How
about
do they
8
do that?
stores.
Is
And
that
he
a
has a cousin that does it every
Special
weekend.
event permit or how?
It's 4,000.
I'm sorry, doing what?
Wow. The chickens go out and it just.
The outdoor barbecue. I don't, as of now, I think I told Tom, I don't remember seeing anything in the code that would allow that on a long-term
Regular
permanent
Yeah,
basis.
It would have to be
More
a
of like a
special,
temporary, yeah, special.
That's what I kind of assumed too.
it'd be the way like Artifacts and all would have the food truck and do the events in their parking lot. I don't know if they get permitted for that or if they just bootleg it, but,
I was almost going to do the backside, do the food trucks, because I was up. If you ever been to Portland, you saw how they set it up. I go, wow, this would be kind of fun, but life's too short. I don't need to do that.
Well, I have direction, Bart, I'll work with the architect to get details on roof, materials, orientation of it, ADA compliance, lighting, landscaping.
and like I say, he doesn't have to finalize the working drawings for us to look at it.
Okay, good.
Just
That's a nice.
shows
so you get
kind
a
of what he's going to
concept
proposing,
of-
and then David can work with you doing the design development and
Yeah, we
production
got, I
drawings.
got the building department anyway.
All right, great.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
just so I'm understanding, we're taking this back to DRC once we have a little bit more details? Okay.
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
All in concurrence on that?
Yep.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, look
Okay.
forward to working with you
Nice to
to
meet
get
you.
this thing going.
Thanks for coming out, Tom.
Sure, let's do it. Tom, let me, show you the status of that permit for you.
Now, did I say it right, Stephanie, that we are tabling the concession murals?
Yes, that's correct.
It is
yeah.
tabled. Okay, next item is new business, we have none. Old business. The only thing we did last meeting, re-review Jonathan's presentation on the parklets, and that will be coming to Planning Commission, I believe, next, and it'll be sometime in early February.
That's correct, yeah.
Oral and written communications, I'm not aware of any. We haven't?
No, staff hasn't received any additional public comments.
Okay. So do we have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Commissioner McCann?
Aye.
Commissioner Kemp? Commissioner Crandall is an aye also. We are adjourned. And